What's good, family? It's your man the YB, back once again. So, as you've seen by the title and the DP, your man's Oleksandr Usyk is earning his new namesake right now. He coming through looking super duper juicy with it. Now he ain't juiced, you can tell, but still, look at this. He looking tick boy, yeah. THICCBOY, yeah. Super duper tick with it. Look at this guy here. He looking off that. I don't know what he's off here. He off some experimental thing. Now, I do have to let you man know, or let you man in on a quick secret. I've been talking to people close to Oleksandr Usyk, and they've told me he's been working very closely with this camp with a man known as Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Yeah? Now, for you man who don't know, back in 2019, AJ was supposed to fight Jarrell Pig Baby Miller. Unfortunately, he ended up popping for a whole bunch of different experimental, I think something was called G6158W, something like that. It was off some next NASA thing, 100%. Jarrell Miller was all the way NASA'd up. Yeah, NASA went to got something off Mars. They brought it back, some next alien thing, and Jarrell Miller was juiced out of his bonds on it, 100%. He was off that Mars thing, 100% NASA. Yeah, Jarrell Baby Miller was juiced off that NASA. Yeah, the NASA give him the A1. Give him the A1 experimental thing. So like I said, for this camp, I've heard Usyk is working with the same people who patterned up Jarrell Pig Baby. Yeah, difference is, bear in mind, it's a few years down the line now. It's 2022, which means they've been able to tweak the chemical compound. Now it doesn't show up on the tests. So you can see here, he looking tick out of his mind right now. Look at this. I'm sorry, Usyk looking strong out of his mind. Yeah, he off them next things, and they ain't gonna pop either. So I'm glad. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm glad. I'm 100% glad Usyk has got that NASA experimental thing, because now Johnston ain't gonna have nowhere to hide. Mr. Anthony Johnston, nowhere to hide now. Told you before. If AJ's gonna win this fight, I want him to win in the hardest fight of his life. I don't want one of these ones. I don't want one of these Big Mac quarter pound with double cheese Andy Ruiz. 100%. That rhymed, yeah. Big Mac to quarter pounder with cheese Andy Ruiz. I don't want one of them ones. What do I mean by that? Well, I'll tell you what I don't want. I don't want to see Mr. Quarter Pounder with double cheese Andy Ruiz pulling up 20 pounds over the first fight weight. Ain't no one trying to see that Mr. Blobby sounding looking ass. Yeah, and no one trying to see Mr. Blobby with no discipline and no shape come in there and no ambition and just get his head boxed off. That's what happened in the Andy Ruiz rematch. The guy took the piss. He got way too gassed. I mean, yeah, he won the first fight, but I mean, end of the day, he got too gassed. Oh, I'm the first Mexican heavyweight champion. That's what he'll be known as now. That's all he'll be known as. Because instead of training, he was in McDonald's becoming double cheese Andy Ruiz, 100%. Yeah, that's what he was doing, rather than getting it in the gym. Now, thankfully, Usyk, he ain't playing them games. And he looking in dastardly shape right now. He looking strong. Yeah, I don't know what, listen. On the front lines, them man are on rations. Usyk ain't been having no rations. Yeah, he having the full ones, 100%. No ration for Usyk. Usyk, he ain't on the rations. He having double servings. Them man in the trenches, it's peak for them right now. Usyk, he bulking. Yeah. Meanwhile, no one else got no food. You best believe Usyk, his plate full. He got it, isn't it? And the thing is, we know, politically speaking, he's going to be the pride of Ukraine, and he looks like he's treating it that way as well. He ain't coming to play no games. If there's ever a fight, he won't be playing games. It's going to be this one, and rightfully so. I mean, you can just see, look at him. I'm not sure. I'm not someone who studies dudes' aesthetics, but he just looks thick and bulbous, doesn't he? He looks inflated. I've seen him before at cruiserweight, or even in his earlier fights. Even seeing him, I don't know whether it's the sweat, I don't know what it is, but he just looks full. I've seen him watch the Chisora fight. He looked 2D. Yeah. In most of Usyk's fights, I've noticed he looks 2D. He never had that heavyweight 3D shine to him. until I saw this video. This is the first video I've watched, yeah, and Usyk looks like an athletic heavyweight. A full heavyweight. Which makes sense, because he had, what, a year off? A year off to properly bulk. Normally, when you're at lower weights, like cruiserweight, yeah, you can't bulk properly, because you're always thinking, damn, however high I go up, I've got to come down. So someone like Usyk will get to 210, 215 and be scared. Now, it looks to me like he went up to 225 or something like that. Just went all the way crazy with it. And he's been able to turn it. Bear in mind, he's been using that experimental NASA thing. Yeah? So adding it all together, the fact that Usyk's been having double rations combined with the NASA experimental G615W, it's a wrap. It's going to be a wrap for Mr. Jon Stewart, and rightfully so. If Jon Stewart wants to win this one, he's going to have to earn it. Like I said, he ain't going to be getting no easy double cheese Andy Ruiz thing. Yeah, he's going to have to dig in and go to the trenches, literally. And you best believe, like I keep saying, Usyk, he's going to be prepared to go there. I can't see, of all the fights, yeah, that Usyk may have jacked on, this ain't going to be one of them. Yeah, there's no way Usyk gonna dare jack. Not that he wouldn't. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not saying he would anyway. There's some fighters don't need a reason not to jack. In fact, most of the old school cats, they just had that in them. Jacking wasn't a case of, well, you know, I better represent my country. No, it was about being a man, not to jack. These days, people jack and then say, oh, but I got the bag. Oh yeah, but it's about the bag. Is it? That's not what your kids are thinking. People are hypocrites. They teach their kids, oh, you better have good character. You better have good morals. And you jack. Yeah, anyway, listen. Salute to Usyk. Salute to NASA. Yeah, big shout out to Jarrell Pig Baby Miller as well. Because listen, without people like Pig Baby Miller kind of setting the path off, it took people like Pig Baby Miller to fail the test for NASA to be able to cook up the right chemical compounds. Now it seems they've finally worked it all out, and Usyk, he coming in. Look at this, he bobbing and weaving, looking like Mike Tyson right now. Look, he fixing to go in there and just weave forward and start banging away. That's what the video says. The video says he going in there weaving, and Johnston gonna be just, you know, listen, Johnston was in there with Kubrat Oldlev. Yeah, Anthony Jon Stewart was in there with 41-year-old Kubrat Oldlev. And guess what? He was swinging away. And bear in mind, Kubrat Oldlev, yeah, he ain't tricky. He ain't slippery. It's straight up and down, stiff dude. Looking like a Nifandiral, 100%. I'll tell you this now for free. If you were to look at Kubrat Pulev, is as close as we've got to a real live woolly Nifandiral, 100%. I'm telling you now, he's like one generation off. Yeah, if you went 10,000 years back, Dons like Pulev was knocking about the place. Old Dons, old Dusty Nifandiral. Yeah, guess what? AJ was in there with old Dusty Nifandiral. What happened then? He couldn't even hit the big stiff Dusty Nifandiral. What's he gonna do with Usyk in there? Off that NASA thing, off the NASA juices. Yeah, Usyk blown out of his mind off the NASA juices right now. He can look at him, look at the head movement there. Johnston can't hit a listen, Johnston can't hit a 305-pound double cheese Andy Ruiz. Could he? Let's be real now. How many combinations did you see Anthony Jon Stewart get off on Mr. Double Cheese Andy Ruiz? You didn't, did you? None. He was tipping the jab, and his backside was flapping. Yeah? Same as Oldlev. He went in there with Kubrat Oldlev, stiff and straight in front of him, and even then, when he was throwing combinations, he couldn't hit the guy because he wasn't looking. AJ's one of them guys, yeah, who closes his eyes and just starts swinging like an amateur. Now he's got to go in there with Usyk, who ain't going to be Double Cheese Andy Ruiz. He ain't going to be Kubrat Oldlev. He's going to be doing this. Some next NASA experimental juices thing, just weaving and rolling all over the place. Yeah? Salute to Usyk. Good luck to the guy. Like I said, if AJ's to win this, I want him to win in the hardest fight of his life. Just to remind him Yeah, things aren't supposed to be easy at this level. Yeah, you're not supposed to go in there with Mr. Double Cheese Andy Ruiz and be able to get your belts back in an easier fight than the first fight. Andy Ruiz ain't really have no pride like that. I believe Usyk is built different. Usyk really does have some level of pride, more than Double Cheese Andy Ruiz. A week out now, and listen, there's a reason Usyk put this clip out. AJ gonna be watching this thinking, damn, Usyk been linking up with Jarrell Pig Babe Miller. He got that NASA link right now. Yeah, he got that NASA juices oozing through his veins. Too strong, 100%.